Hello everyone and welcome inside the 3304 Sports Studio. I'm Jake Lyman. Can you believe it? The 2020 NFL season is kicked off on time and we had a full slate of games on Sunday. Let's get you caught up on all the action.
Live from Thompson Field in Blacksburg, it's ACC men's soccer as number 5 Pitt visits Virginia Tech here on the ACC Network Extra. We welcome you into the broadcast booth. Jake Lyman alongside Emily Gray. We thank you for spending your afternoon with us. Emily, Virginia Tech coming into this game on a little bit of a tough stretch here to open ACC play, 3 straight losses.
Hello and welcome into this week's episode of 3304 Tip-Off. I'm Jake Lyman. My co-host today, Andy Losi, will be joined shortly by our reporters Ryan Wilkes and David Cunningham. Andy, another week and another Virginia Tech postponement on Saturday. So sadly, no Hokies game to cover this weekend, but we've still got some good ACC men's basketball with the tournament coming up in Greensboro. Just 1 year ago on this very court, Virginia Tech and North Carolina met in the first round of the ACC tournament just 2 days before the sporting world came to a halt. 1 year later, they meet again with an opportunity to advance to the ACC semifinals. Plenty of family ties for Daz when it comes to the Hokies. His older brother Dion and his father Myron played for Virginia Tech during their times in college, and it seemed like a foregone conclusion that Daz would be following the family legacy and playing in Blacksburg. Not so fast. Daz said that the Hokies took him for granted in the recruiting process. They offered him late, and Daz decided to go with the Tar Heels. He got the last laugh as well. On signing day, when he made his announcement, he picked up the Hokies hat first before putting it down and donning the Carolina blue. Since arriving in Chapel Hill, Daz has had plenty of statistical success against the Hokies. He has over 200 yards in the 3 games he's played against Virginia Tech, but he still has not gotten that elusive first victory. 0-3 against Virginia Tech. He'll look to get that first win on Saturday afternoon in Chapel Hill. Guys, on the other side, it wasn't a happy ending for Joe Burrow and the Bengals in his debut. Burrow had a nice scamper through the Chargers defense for a touchdown in the first quarter, but a late miss from kicker Randy Bullock left Cincinnati on the wrong end of a 16-13 heartbreaker. Finally, on Sunday Night Football, SoFi Stadium was christened with a huge Rams win over America's team down in Southern California. A late offensive pass interference call on Cowboys receiver Michael Gallup brought back a huge play that would have gotten Dallas into field goal range and sealed the LA victory 20-17, completing a great first Sunday in the NFL. Don't worry, there are 2 more games in Week 1 coming your way on Monday night as the Steelers take on the Giants at 7 and the Broncos host the Titans late night in Denver. It's really been a tough time for the Hokies through these first couple of weeks. Coach Justin Fuente said they're getting players back on Friday from the protocols and they have to be ready to go Saturday and play up to 70 snaps. That could be tough against a really surprising Boston College team. They come in at 3-1, but just 6-7 last year under Steve Addazio. They moved on from him. Brought in Jeff Hafley from Ohio State. He spent time coaching in the NFL as well, a really big name hire for these Eagles, and he's done a great job for Boston College, a huge win in overtime against Pitt last week. And a lot of their success does have to do with Phil Jurkovich. The transfer quarterback from Notre Dame has come in and electrified this Eagles team. For more on that, here's our Nick Brown. If you looked around the entire world of sports, you'd be hard-pressed to find a story quite as inspiring as Tiana Mangakaya's. The Australian-born point guard arrived at Syracuse in 2017 and immediately put up record-setting numbers for the Orange. In her second season up in Syracuse, she put up almost 17 points per game, almost 9 assists, and almost 5 rebounds, one of the best seasons in program history. However, that is when tragedy struck. On June of 2019, she was diagnosed with breast cancer and missed the entire 2019-2020 season. However, around this time last year, she was able to return to practice and then given a waiver of eligibility to return for one final season with the Orange. She's made the most of it. Averaging over 10 points and 7 assists per game, she hasn't been her same old self. However, she does say that she feels like a 50-year-old out on the court sometimes. Despite all of these issues, she has an opportunity to still make history and break Lindsey Allen's career assist record. It would take a big run for the Orange, and they would need a big win on Sunday against the Hokies in order to continue their trip towards an NCAA tournament berth. But you can be sure that if the Orange make a run, Tiana Mangakaya has a big reason to do with it.
Back at Tech Softball Park, Pitt making a move to the bullpen early, bringing in Brittany Knight. Knight got the start last night. Hokies jumped over her pretty early, 6 runs in the first inning. She went the distance, but gave up 9 runs on the day.
Yeah, the numbers don't look great, but if you did watch the game last night, I was pretty impressed with Brittany Knight's strategy going against the Hokies, mixing in a lot of an off-speed pitch that kept the Hokies off balance. They were still able to string together 10 hits for those runs. But overall, she danced around the strike zone, threw in that off speed. I think that's a great strategy against the Hokies. We'll see if she sticks with that today or if she tries to mix in something else.
Well, she comes in a tough spot. 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 out in the bottom of the second. She'll face Emma Ritter, the freshman. First pitch. They'll appeal down to second base. She did not go, ball 1. Ritter came in as a defensive replacement back in game 1. Grounded out to shortstop in her only at bat to end the game. The 1-0 pitch.
There's that off-speed pitch that Knight relies on quite a bit. I think you'll see it 2, maybe even 3 times per batter. She mixes it in well. She keeps it low in the zone so that if a hitter does make contact with it, should be on the ground for her defense to play.
Comes with the hard stuff on 1-1 outside, and Ritter goes ahead. Top of the order, waiting in the wings for the Hokies with Kelsey Brown and Cameron Fagan. Knight needs an out here. Hit on the ground, third base. They're coming home with it. The tag is in time. Troll got the glove high around the shoulder, but couldn't sneak the foot under it. And there's out number 2. Great play, heads-up play from Lane to get the out at home.
I'm wondering if that was a discussion with Coach DeMore at third or if Troll kind of took it upon herself. I'm not sure. I mean, the ground ball is right to Lane at third base. That's not a smart base running decision there this early in the game when your hitters did not produce last game. Even if they, traditionally do, wouldn't risk that run this early in the game when you only had 1 out and runners in scoring position. Seemed like Coach DeMore is a little disappointed in that once we looked over there at third.
Now the Hokies 2 outs, runners at the corners. Brown check swing on the first pitch she sees, did not go around. The 1-0, pulls back, runner goes from first, cut off by Sanchez.
Great catch by Sanchez. That easily could have gotten out of control there, and one error scores that run for the Hokies.
High throw from Bush. Sanchez has been good defensively all day, has gotten a lot more action over at second than you may have expected, and she has been flawless so far. Brown popped down the third base line, hits the netting and gets out of play. 3 white jerseys running over there trying to make the inning ending out. Instead, it's strike 1. Brown steps into the box with a 2-1 count.
Kelsey Brown's strength is when she gets the ball on the ground, even those high 1 or 2 hoppers. That's what's going to get her safe at first. The runner at third is going to be going on 2 outs.
Tried to lay down the bunt there, goes foul. Bold strategy there from Brown and Coach DeMore there to try and put a bunt down with 2 outs and a runner on third.
I think that's the confidence that Coach DeMore has in Kelsey Brown and her speed. And if she gets it on the ground, she's really tough to get out. That's the thing, she has to get it on the ground. The tricky part here too is second base, you don't want to run into an out either. These balls for slappers are going towards the shortstop third base side. So even if there's 2 outs, it's not going to be an automatic go for that runner at 2.
Full count now to Brown. Knight's payoff pitch. Hit on the ground right side. Sanchez dives, flips on to first, not in time. A second runner comes home and Ritter slides in safely.
A lot of action on just one little ground ball. hard hit ball by Kelsey Brown. Phenomenal layout play by Sanchez. But that speed is just hard to throw out no matter where Kelsey gets this ball on the ground. I mean, that's a great play by Sanchez. You can't ask any more from her. The trouble comes in here at home. Right there. So catcher Bush is just trying to make that tag before she gets the ball. I think that would have been an out with the catch and tag there.
Throw was there in time. Ritter got down and was able to get in safely. Hokies lead 3-0. Shelby, I want to know if that was the record for most players hitting the dirt at one time. Yeah, Sanchez diving over at second base. Then Brown dives into first, and then you see Ritter slide in home. Lots of effort out here from both these teams.
Yeah, that was a lot of dirt on one play for sure. And you see, too, you saw Kelsey Brown diving headfirst into first base. You don't see that a lot, but that's the right decision there because there's a lot of commotion happening at first base. The last thing she wants is to get tied up with the first baseman. So, and it's phenomenal how fast she is, even when she's headfirst sliding as opposed to staying on her feet and running through. But that's a very athletic heads-up base running play there.
Fagan with plenty of speed in the box as well. Brown on second. Hokies have tallied 3 runs here in the bottom of this second inning. Knights 1-2 to Fagan. Outside, swung on and missed, and that will be the inning. Hokies add 3. Rochard back to the circle right after this.
And the guy you want at the plate in this situation, Gavin Cross, will stride in. The freshman 0 for 2 on the day. Did reach on a fielder's choice his last time up back in the 3rd inning. Stiegler has really settled in so far. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, and just 2 walks as he gets Cross to swing right through an off-speed pitch to start off his at-bat. Coda Stiegler's really done a good job of mixing those speeds and keeping the Hokies hitters off balance.
Yeah, and we mentioned the arm angle he was switching up earlier. It looks like he's kind of gotten away from that as the games wore on.
0-1 to Cross, just misses off the outside black. Hokies pitchers weren't getting that call, and it doesn't seem like Stiegler is as well.
Yeah, it's nice to see that home plate umpire Ryan Clark is fair with the calls, sort of shuts up both head coaches on that one. So
1 on, nobody out in the bottom of the 6-4 Virginia Tech. They trail 3-0. Cross sees the 1-1, fouls it straight back to the screen, and now behind 1-2.
Another big hack there by Cross. I think he's trying to make it a 1-run game here in the bottom of the 6th.
Cross, the freshman from Bristol, Tennessee, hitting .364 on the year. Rated one of the better outfielders in the entire country. 1-2, hits high and deep to left center field. Nobody's gonna get there. It is gone. Gavin Cross, a 2-run home run, and it's hammer time here in Blacksburg.
Gavin Cross is going to round third base, and for the first time in a while here in Blacksburg, they are going to get out that hammer, and he is going to smash it down with his teammates watching.
Virginia Tech sledgehammer. Cross throws it down to the turf, and just like that, it is 3-2.
Yeah, just an opposite field 2-strike, choked up on the back. Gavin Cross pokes one over the left center field fence down there, really one of the deepest parts of the ballpark, so he got all of that one.
Cross in a huge spot there, makes it a 1-run game, and now 4-5-6 coming up with nobody out. Pretty much a brand new inning here for the Hokies, starting with TJ Rumfield. Rumfield from the left side, another high and deep drive to left center. It's carrying, it's gone. Back-to-back pitches leave the yard for the Hokies, and just like that, we're all tied at 3.
Wow, what a, almost an identical home run there, right to the right of that 375 sign out there in left center field, TJ Rumfield.
Rumfield swings the hammer and is mobbed by his teammates as the Hokies 3 and 4 hitters both go yard on back-to-back pitches. Like you said, almost to the exact same spot in left center field. You can see the flags on top of the batter's eye in center, blowing out to left, and those high fly balls just kept on carrying over the head of Leary in left. So what a start from Alex Stiegler on the mound, but it looks like his day may be coming to an end soon as BC's going to send the pitching coach out to talk to him. Looks like he will stay in, but probably a good time for the pitching coach to go out and have a chat with his guy on the bump.
Yeah, just a little bit of action down there in the BC bullpen. They haven't even gotten a guy up throwing on the mound yet, so you would think he's got at least a couple more hitters, but you've got to get somebody moving quick out there if you're Boston College, because, you know, he's for sure probably flustered a little bit out there after the great start. 3 quick runs. You know, you're all of a sudden, you know, a brand new ball game here in the bottom of the 6th inning after you were rolling really through the first 5 frames. So Alex Stiegler may be a little bit flustered out there on the mound right now.
And this crowd here in Blacksburg, a strong crowd for a day in the low to mid 50s after 2 really cold days to start off this series, and they have come alive after back-to-back home runs from Virginia Tech. It's all even at 3 here now, bottom of the 6th, as Stiegler stays out there, and he'll be greeted by Kevin Madden next. After 5 really strong innings from the Yale transfer, Stiegler a hit by pitch and back-to-back home runs here in the 6th. Kevin Madden was the hero yesterday with a 2 RBI walk-off single to complete a Hokies comeback. He swings at the first pitch breaking ball, chasing, and goes behind 0-1.
Yeah, Kevin Madden may be feeling the pressure to go back-to-back-to-back.
0-1 pitch, another off-speed offering from Stiegler. That time it misses, count even at 1-1. Yeah, Madden maybe telling his teammates in there, keep the hammer handy. Maybe back-to-back-to-back bombs here for Virginia Tech. The 1-1. Big hack from Madden, but that one skied into the stands here at Atlantic Union Bank Park. And some kids will chase after it down the left field line.
Yeah, if there were 3 guys in the Virginia Tech lineup that could go back-to-back-to-back, it is Cross, Rumfield, and Madden. You know, 2 strikes here on Madden, but he has his first home run of the year actually came with 2 strikes, so he does have 2-strike power.
Madden has gone yard twice this year. The 1-2. Hit the other way, down the right field line, and fair. Madden comes around first hard, and it will be a sliding in double for Madden, who slips on the base path, but still celebrating, looking over at his Virginia Tech dugout, and the Hokies are swinging the bat well here in the 6th.
Yeah, just a complete turnaround in the atmosphere and the you know, feel of this game here as Virginia Tech has come alive on the offensive ends. You know, it wasn't a home run, but I'm pretty sure Virginia Tech and Kevin Madden will take it for sure.
So Cade Swisher next at the plate. The middle of this order has come through, tying this game at 3 with back-to-back Gavin Cross and TJ Rumfield home runs. And Kevin Madden follows that with a double down the right field line. Still nobody out in the 6th. Game tied at 3. Swisher from the left-handed side. First pitch he sees. Fastball on the outside, 3rd, strike 1.
You know, they say hitting is contagious, and it certainly looks like the Virginia Tech lineup has been bit by the hitting bug so far in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Maybe an opportunity for Swisher to lay down a bunt here as we see the 3rd baseman Gold playing in. No square there from Swisher as he swings and fouls that one back towards the Boston College dugout. And the count now 0-2 as Stiegler trying to stop the bleeding after 3 straight extra base hits from Virginia Tech. Madden takes his lead off second. Nobody out. Pitch. Swisher into the right center gap, but Baldelli able to track it down. Madden will think about tagging up from second, but Baldelli does a good job, able to make a quick reaction, take the right angle, and snare that one before it could get down for what would have been a 4th extra base hit.